I would like to call back to order the meeting of the Long Beach Community College District Board of Trustee meeting for August 26, 2014. There are no items to report out from the closed session that took place previously to this meeting. If everyone could please stand, and I'm going to ask Trustee Otto if you can lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. That's why.
Put your hand over your heart. Begin.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Secretary, if you could please call the roll of the Board of Trustees.
President Kellogg,
Here.
Vice President Otto,
Here.
Member Baxter,
Here.
Member Zia.
Here.
And Student Trustee Root.
Here.
Again, there was no items to report out at this time for the closed session item. First motion would be to the approval of the minutes for our meeting of July 29, 2014. Are there any corrections, additions to those minutes? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
We have some corrections.
Chair recognizes Trustee Baxter.
Yes, on the second page, and she's here, Janine McManigal-Ball's name is misspelled.
The ball? Or
No, it's McManigal. I know because she was my student. It's M-C-M-A-N.
Oh, what if she changed her name?
All
She
right.
could have.
Can I entertain, if there's no other corrections, edits, can I entertain a motion to approve those minutes then?
I have a correction.
Chair recognizes Trustee Zia.
I believe Assemblymember Steve Fox was here to address my swearing-in ceremony and not Councilmember Aranga's.
That's correct, but he did mention Councilmember Uranga, so we have to reflect that in the minutes, but we can make sure and note that he came to support Trustee Zia.
Any other edits? Entertain a motion to approve minutes as edited.
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Otto,
Second.
Trustee Baxter. No other comments at this time. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
I think we did that.
President
Please
Kellogg.
call. Please call the vote.
President Kellogg,
Aye.
Vice President Otto, Member Baxter,
Aye.
Member Zia.
Aye.
Approval of the minutes for July 29th are approved. There are no public meetings at this time. Special announcements, presentations. Superintendent President Oakley.
Yes, I do have a couple of welcomes and an announcement. First of all, we have a couple of our good friends in the audience. First of all, I want to welcome, although he's on loan, he still belongs to us, the Statewide Academic Senate President, Dr. David Morse. Welcome, David. And also want to welcome Dick Gaylord as well from the Personnel Commission. Am I missing anybody else? Okay. Well, welcome. Second, I wanted to again recognize one of our employees who is retiring. Although he's not here today, want to have a chance to recognize his service to the college of over 15 years, most recently as a custodian. Emmanuel Rallo has served as a custodian since 1999 and has done an outstanding job of supporting this college, the faculty, staff, and students. So please join me in a round of applause and congratulations for Emmanuel. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Other presentations, members of the board? Seeing none, moving on. Ordering of the agenda, I don't believe there's any.
There is.
Agenda.
I would ask that under the consent calendar, item 5.2, and in particular, the item with regard to the termination of employee be moved off this agenda and to second closed session.
Item 5.2, under consent calendar, will be pulled and not be decided on until after the second closed session, after our meeting has concluded. Other reordering items?
I'd like to pull a few items for discussion on consent calendar.
Go ahead.
Item 6.1A,
Which one?
it's
2.1A. There's
Six.
6.1A?
yes, it's under fiscal services. 6.1
6.1.
budget transfer, under 3 fiscal services, 6.1A, 6.3, 6.4, 12.1, 12.2, 12.5, 12.7 through 12.10.
Could you do those again? I want to get them noted,
Sure.
and I...
6.1, 6.3.
Hold on. 6.1...
Under fiscal services, correct me.
The entire item under 6.1?
No, 6.1A,
Okay, but not B.
yes.
6.3,
6.3.
6.4, 12 point,
6 point, I can't turn the pages that fast. 6.3, and all of 6.3? And all of 6.4?
Actually, under 6.3, it's commercial warrants unrestricted general fund 01, that item 1, and commercial warrants general obligation bond fund 46, items 1 through 6.
So the first one under 6.3 was commercial warrants, and what was the second number?
It's the unrestricted general fund 01, item number 1.
Okay.
And then the other item under the 6.3 heading is commercial warrants general obligation bond fund 46, items 1 through 6.
and then, you ready for the next one?
And
If I can suggest, because there are so many items, it may be easier just to pull the entire section rather than keep track of which item in the section we're pulling.
And that's what I was doing at this time.
Okay, that's good, but, okay.
6.4, and then under academic affairs, student support services, you have item 12.1, bond contract award, 12.2, bond contract amendments, 12.5, contract amendments, 12.7, amendments to board actions.
and 12.7 through 12.10,
So 12.8, 12.9,
12.9 and
12.10.
12.10. Yes,
These are all consent calendar items, all right?
yes.
All right. So we dealt with that consent calendar. Anything left? All right, we'll move forward. Public comment on agenda items. We have 4 speakers. Janae Hun, agenda item 12.11, which followed by Thomas Hamilton, 5.2, which has again been pulled, but it is agenda. And then Renee Burnett, I believe, board recommendations, followed by Lavonda Reed on process. Those are the 4 speakers. If you can come to the podium, so people do know, you have 3 minutes. Since this is not that scientific, I will start waving at the 2-minute mark, which you have 1 more minute to conclude your comments. So please don't take that the wrong way that I'm waving to you, but your name for the record, please.
Good evening. I will be quick. Janae Hunt. I'm faculty here. My comment is on agenda item 12.11, and it's the regarding the CCFS 311, the reporting document sent from the district to the state. Am I correct in reading the report that the district projects an ending balance or reserves of $20,201,743, or 20.6% of our annual budget? This is more than 15% higher than the state's recommendation for reserves. We district employee groups find it difficult to understand if, again, I'm interpreting this, I'm reading this right. We employee groups find it difficult to understand why the district has not offered us an equitable raise, considering the prudent managing of public monies by the district. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, Thomas. Again, Thomas, 5.2 has been pulled, but feel free to speak on it.
Yes, my name is Thomas Hamilton. I'm the AFT president here at Long Beach City College. Question, President Kellogg, if it's being pulled, is it going to be readdressed at another time? And
It will be, it'll be addressed in closed session. That closed session will take place after this meeting. After the closed session, we will report out any findings at that time after the second closed session.
will I have opportunity, as far as like in closed session, as far as to present the concerns of the union regarding this matter?
The item is on the agenda, so now would be the best time.
Okay, thank you. President Oakley, President Kellogg, Board of Trustees, and members of the audience. In dealing with the item as far as 5.1, there's some large discrepancies in this. First of all, the letters on May 19, 2014 never reached the employee as far as for notification of the pending matters as far as like in discipline. The letter dated on July 14, 2014, going to the selected employee was sent to the wrong address. Neither one of these documents reached the employee as far as notification, as far as what the district was doing, as far as what their intentions was. In addition to that, all the items that's listed in there, I have some things that I can add to it, and also some things as far as like to be discussed in that. In this matter, like 4 months ago, I came before the board to address our concerns regarding a probationary manager that had violated Constitution, legal laws, PC rules, and the ethic code as far as with the district. 6 infractions were violated by that individual. 4 of those infractions deemed to come underneath the jurisdiction of termination. In this item before us in 5.2, the exact same articles of our bargaining agreement is listed by the district, along with 2 of the PC rules that are listed by the district. And the district is seeking termination of a classified employee. The problem that I have, and I'm speaking on behalf of the 400 classified employees of the college, is we have these rules in place to be enforced, to be fairly distributed, and also the levy of punishment to be levied fairly across the board to all individuals. In the case of the manager, which was a probationary manager, when I presented to the board, no action was taken, and with the different concerns that I've expressed to the district, the VP, and HR, and also took it to the fraud investigator, nothing was done. And this manager passed probation and was promoted. 6 violations, 4 of them that fit underneath the rules for being terminated, and this individual was promoted. Now tonight, 2 of those same exact articles that allegedly were violated by a classified employee, now the district wants to turn around and terminate an individual. So I know President Kellogg, 2 things that you hate to do is to make comparisons and to micromanage the district. What I'm giving to you before you tonight is the facts in the case that the same exact articles of our master agreement was violated by 2 different individuals, allegedly as far as the classified employee. Now, the penalty for those violations, we have 2 different rules. On one hand, we get a promotion, and on the other hand, we get a termination. So what I'm asking for from the board and from the district, if we have these rules in place, that they are equally distributed, and on all occasions, in all instances, is that the time justified goes along with the crime. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas.
Hello, I am Renee Burnett, and I am here today to support and to recommend Pastor Clausel Stallworth as for the trustee seat for Area 2. I know him to be a man with strong leadership, act with a high degree of integrity, and I think that he would actually be an asset to your board. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is LaVonda Reed. I'm also a minister. I was coming to stand and nominate Reverend Clausel Starworth for your board of trustees for the second area trustee, trustee second area as well. I've known him for over 42 years, and I've known him to be a man of integrity and a pillar in the community of Long Beach. As far as working with the community, I think that he would also be a wonderful person and an asset to the board of trustees. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry, on item 5.2, that is the item we are going to take into closed session. There was an opportunity prior to our closed session at 4 o'clock for the individual to have the opportunity to address the board. At this time, if that individual is in the audience and does wish to address the board, this would be the appropriate time to address the board on that closed session item for the record.
Hi, that would be me.
Oh, there we go.
My name is Karen Clay, and I appreciate this opportunity to speak with you all today.
Karen,
I've been employed.
Karen, before
Yes.
you start. There's not a limit, is there? I'm sorry, Karen. I wanted to make sure. I did not want to give you the same as a three-minute. You do have, because of this is a personnel issue,
Yes.
you have 15 minutes.
Okay.
So I will wave to you at about 14 if we get to that point. But I just want to be fair.
I won't need that long. Thank you.
That's all right. All right. I'm sorry
Oh, no
again.
worries. Okay, thank you. I've been an associate director. I've been an employee at City College for 13 years as an associate specialist in the child development program here. And over the last 13 years, my reviews have ranged from met expectations to outstanding. Everything was fine until a recent situation that I felt certain would have been my undoing as any person was given this task of this child. I'd like to tell you about me as a teacher, and actually what I've decided to do is to share what my coworkers have viewed me. And we had this paper that was put up that says, Karen is a valuable member of our team because she is always on top of getting supplies and great team player, enthusiastic, caring, a doer, reliable, and someone I can always count on. She is always on top of things, friendly, always on the go, eager to help. Few more, just gonna stop there. But I'd like to also tell you that, my own words, that I'm a very dedicated teacher who cares deeply about children, and I strive to make a difference in children's lives. I go to workshops, I do outside readings, I read books to help myself understand children, especially children that are in our program right now that have special needs. And in this situation, time and time again, because of my generous nature and the 13 years of experience I've had, with this issue with this child, it's basically caused me to be reprimanded on 3 separate occasions. The one basically has cost me my career, and unless you see how the situation could have been handled differently from the start, not by me, but by my supervisor, I'm speechless on this. I was asked to take lead with a student in my classroom and was given the task by my supervisor because of my ability to work with children who had challenges, which is something that I also take on because I want to make a difference in their lives. He is one of the children in our group that needs more guidance because he has behavior issues. I was consistent with communicating with his parents. I've spoken to the father on a daily basis. As time was going by, he was becoming increasingly more of a challenge, which was affecting the children in the classroom, as well as other parents coming into the classroom. I began repeatedly asking my supervisor for guidance and assistance because the child's issues were not being met. And I was looking for better ways to help this child and the family. At this point, I was then told in a meeting that I would be removed from the classroom and put into a different classroom with another teacher that I'd worked with previously, and that was one of the better positions that I had ever had with this other teacher. During my last week of the center, in the center, I was given notification that if the child was having a difficult time, that one of the parents would need to be there with the child or the child would have to go home. Subsequently, I learned now that the family has a family friend that now stays on with him on a one-on-one basis in the center and is shadowing him during the morning hours. And I struggle with knowing that the center is not helping this child or the family. They have just passed it along to the family having someone else there with this child. And I'm wondering if they had taken action while I was there, if I would still have my job. I'm going to end this with a letter from a parent last year whose child was in a similar situation, but the outcome was very much different. Ms. Clay, how do I put into words how much you have helped me and our family? I feel thank you is not enough. You have really made a difference in his attitude and confidence. He is like a new person. You are such an amazing teacher in person. Every day, the energy you bring to the class is so contagious. I know that next year when he is up in kindergarten, he is going to succeed, and we owe that to you. We both are going to miss you every day. When I drop him off, I see your smile. I know that he is to have a good day. Please know that we will be keeping in touch and dropping in for a visit. I am truly devastated by how this case has been handled from day one. And that is all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thomas, I don't know if we can come back to you on this. I think the opportunity was for the individual only. Because this is personnel very sensitive on. I don't want to.
This was her opportunity to address the board.
This was her opportunity and her opportunity only.
Okay, well then I won't be done.
Okay, that's why. Yeah, please.
Okay. I was given a text message on the 18th of April to stop into my boss's office. When I walked in, I noticed that the head of our department, Julie Nurigan Frumkin, was sitting in the office. And I realized that this was not the first time that I had been asked to come in to have a meeting with her or see her, and then been given information that is in a form of disciplinary action. I then said I wanted union, which I got, and we had a little meeting. I was told that I aggressively took a child by the hand, and right away it hurt me. I was very hurt. When we finally had the union meeting with Mr. Thomas Hamilton, and in that meeting I was asked an array of 20-something questions. Some of it I found very petty. Some of it is serious. I never admitted to taking the child by the hand in an aggressive manner. My answer was, I take him daily by the hand in and out of the classroom. All teachers have had to handle him, this child, in a similar situation, exact same way. We were told that I could retire and I could keep my teaching license, and that I would be helped with getting another job by my supervisor. I was also told there was going to be an investigation, which there was none. She had already previously done it. When I finally got my hands on the documents of my Skelly meeting, which was June 12th, when I got my certified mail, finally, the meeting was set for the 5th. When I encouraged and asked Donna Coates Where's this going? What's going on? This is the end of April. No, this is actually the end of May. And I was told that something was mailed out already. I never got it. Didn't get it. Didn't get it until after my meeting was already previously set for. I then turned in documentation on my rebuttal on it. On the 18th, I dropped it off at Human Resources. I hear nothing. Once again, I contact the person who was supposed to review it. She says something's been mailed out already. Once again, I don't have it. Once again, address is wrong. I go to the post office, nothing. So I say, can you please give me a hard copy because this has happened already once. So she emailed me the copy. The only certified letter I ever received was a notification of this meeting, which was another confusing thing for me about this forum of how do I dress and what do I do. I was told a couple different things. I don't feel that the investigation was done properly. Thomas was told it was going to be within 2 weeks and that he could be in on it. He could be there while the employees were interviewed. In my packet that I did get about the Scully meeting, she had already previously interviewed several staff members regarding me, regarding other situations, other things, and it felt like I was just being railroaded. There were teachers that weren't even in my classroom that I work with on a daily basis that had things to say about me. And I feel that if it would have been handled differently, things would be differently. Very sad. I think that's about it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just so you are aware, we will, as I mentioned, this would have been dealt with at 4 o'clock, but the fact that we now you have the opportunity to speak, we will now go to our meeting. Then after the meeting is over, we'll then go into closed session. We'll then discuss and come out from that closed session at that point in time. What that means is, unfortunately, you have to sit through an entire meeting. But nonetheless, I wanted you to be aware of what was going to be taking place. All right. So we are now moving forward on to the regular agenda. In the packet, item 1, Board of Trustees. Item 1.1, this is informational discussion. Receive report of the Ad Hoc Advisory Committee on the board vacancy for Area 2. Trustee Otto, I'll recognize you, but also the thanks to all the members of the Ad Hoc Committee, Student Trustee, President of the Academic Senate, Dick Gaylord, Superintendent President Oakley, you were there as well, so thank you. At this time, I'll recognize Trustee Otto.
Thanks very much. For those of you who have not been participating in this process, in fact, in April, trustee from Area 2, Roberto Uranga, was elected to the Long Beach City Council. That created a question as to whether he could both serve on the City Council and on the Long Beach Community College District as a member of the Board of Trustees. Mr. Uranga went back and forth as to what he wanted to do and what he could do, and eventually decided that he would resign his position as a trustee at Long Beach Community College, effective July 15th, the same day he was sworn in as a member of the Long Beach City Council. By law, the Board of Trustees must either appoint a new provisional member of the Board of Trustees, in this case in Area 2, or hold an election. And the decision was made by the Board of Trustees to appoint rather than hold an election. I think it's fair to say largely because we were told that such an election would cost about $292,000, and it seemed like a lot of money for a single election when we could make a provisional appointment. So we began the process under both the Ed Code, Education Code, and the procedures set forth in our policies and regulations with regard to the replacement of a trustee who has left office for any one of a number of reasons. When we did that, we had a truncated period of time. We could have had 60 days if it would have been, we did have 60 days, but we were starting that process at the end of July instead of on the 15th or earlier because we didn't have a meeting until that date. So at the July 29th meeting, the board voted to form a committee that consisted of the superintendent president, a member of the board of trustees, the student trustee, the faculty member, president of the academic senate, Karen Kane, and a member of the community, and graciously Dick Gaylord, who was a member of our personnel commission and a prominent realtor in town, agreed to serve as well. But the meetings of that committee needed to be aggressive and needed to be comprehensive. And so over the course of the next less than a month, the committee met 3 times. On August 7th, the committee met for training. And the training that occurred was that our lawyer, Warren Kinsler, came and talked about the legal requirements for a member of the Board of Trustees and also for the processes that must be gone through by the board. And we also talked about trusteeship and the kinds of qualities or characteristics that the board might want to consider. Community input, there was an opportunity for community input at that meeting. There was community input that was received. There was another meeting held on the 14th of August, and that was a meeting dedicated to public input. We did a tremendous outreach to the community to try and get as much community input that we could. Stacy Toda, our interim associate director of public relations and marketing, reported that the college purchased ad space to announce the vacancy and information and how to obtain an application via the college website and included a contact phone number. The ad appeared in the Press Telegram on August 1st, August 8th, and August 15th. In addition, 2 press releases and 3 media advisories were sent out to local and ethnic media regarding the vacancy process and the schedule of meetings. Further media advisories were sent in advance of the upcoming meetings to the Press Telegram, Gazette newspapers, Long Beach Post, Long Beach Register, Long Beach Business Journal, Long Beach City College Viking, LA Times, Signal Tribune, Hoya, L'Opinion, Impacto USA, the Kamai Post, the Kamai Times, the website www.everythinglongbeach.com, and Long Beach Aldea. In addition, an email was created in both English and Spanish regarding the vacancy, and upcoming meetings with links to the application were presented to the public. The emails were sent to the Long Beach City College community and district email lists of over 66,000 people and staff, members of the community and staff. The emails were shared with both the Alumni Association and the Foundation Board of Governors email list. Elected officials and government entities were also contacted, including the mayor's office, Councilmember Roberto Uranga, Councilmember Dee Andrews, Councilmember Lena Gonzalez, the Long Beach City Clerk's office, and City Clerk Larry Herrera, the Long Beach Public Library, Congressman Alan Lowenthal, State Senator Ricardo Lara, Assemblymember Bonnie Lowenthal, the City of Long Beach Neighborhood Resources Center, the Long Beach Immigrants' Rights Coalition, the Building Healthy Communities Long Beach chapter, the Wrigley Area Neighborhood Association, the United Cambodian Community, the Filipino Migrant Community, the NAACP Long Beach Chapter, Central Cha, Ella's, the Long Beach Ministers Alliance, and the Regional Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. The Long Beach City College website was also updated with information on the vacancy and upcoming meetings that were scheduled, and with the news shown prominently on the college's home site. Other community partners, including Leadership Long Beach, have linked the announcement to their homepages to encourage individuals to participate either as applicants or to attend the meetings. Finally, the Long Beach City College Facebook and Twitter pages were also updated, and reminders of upcoming meetings were sent out. Community partners were given the links to social media pages and, where applicable, agreed to share and retweet the college posts. We had a pretty good turnout at that meeting. We had less than robust testimony, but a number of people came forward and talked about what they thought the criteria should be for a member of the Board of Trustees, and talked about the process that went on. And then the community, and in addition, there were other community members who had thoughts that they wanted to share with us. Finally, last Friday night at 5 p.m., after the application process closed at noon on that same day, this ad hoc advisory committee held a third and final meeting for the purpose of making recommendations to the Board of Trustees. And so people understand why the meeting was held on a Friday night. We tried, and by the way, there were opportunities for public comment at that meeting too. We wanted this process to move as quickly as possible and still get us in before the 13th of September, when we had to make the appointment, by which we had to make the appointment. That's a Saturday. Otherwise, the matter would go to an election, and that money would be spent. And we all felt that we didn't want to confound the process by getting the information of the committee to the Board of Trustees any later than the meeting of tonight. And so once the applications were complete, the board had an opportunity to, the recommendations were made, and the matter comes to the board tonight. In the end, the recommendations of the ad hoc advisory committee were that all qualified candidates who have submitted timely applications should be interviewed by the full Board of Trustees, that in evaluating the candidates, the Board of Trustees should consider the completed applications submitted by each candidate, and without limitation, use the following criteria: knowledge of Area 2 and the Greater Long Beach area, experience in working with residents of Area 2 and/or community educational or other groups in Long Beach, the candidate's knowledge about the role of California community colleges in the higher education system in the state, the role of public K-12 education systems and their relationship to California higher education, whether the candidate has the time to devote to the job, meaning preparing for meetings, obtaining training regarding California Community College, and trusteeship if necessary, attending Board of Trustees meetings, attending community events, and attending Long Beach City College events. Whether the candidate can be a fiduciary of the college's tangible assets, whether the candidate is knowledgeable about and committed to the idea of student success at Long Beach City College, and added the night of the third meeting, another criterion, the candidate's willingness to communicate with the various stakeholders in the Long Beach City College community. It was also recommended, and these were all recommendations, that after interviewing each of the qualified candidates, the Board of Trustees vote on each candidate, that the student trustee could cast an advisory vote on each candidate, that any candidate that receives 3 votes of members of the Board of Trustees would become a finalist, and the board could then further interview the candidates, provide further questions to the finalists, or engage in additional discussions before selecting the provisional trustee for Area 2 before the Saturday, September 13th deadline. We were very pleased, I think, as a result of this outreach and as a result of the coverage that it got, that we had 13 applicants submit timely applications. They have now been posted on the website for the public to review. We are asking people to not, although we would have no authority to do so, but to contact the candidates with questions. We're trying to go through this process now in as fair, honest, open, and transparent way as we possibly can. And so that is the report of the Ad hoc Advisory Committee. We are ready to begin this process, and I invite the Board of Trustees to engage in an open discussion about this process and whether it can be made any more transparent, open, honest, and what was the last one?
Covers it.
Fair.
All right.
And fair.